Me and my family have celebrated many Christmases in Moraira, and this is our second visit here in the van. We spent a couple of nights parked up next to the beach, right in the centre of town. It was fantastic to chill for a few days in familiar surroundings, as this place feels a bit like a second home to me.
Having been unable to try a traditional paella while in the Valencia region, I decided to turn my hand to making one instead. Realising our battery was running low, we switched off the big lights and worked from a battery powered set we carry for emergencies. The end result was a delicious paella, which we washed down with several wines. We had planned to have a lie-in the next morning, but unfortunately a local exercise group had other ideas. This hand food processor has been a game changer in the van. It requires no power and allows us to make delicious accompaniments like chimichurri. Space in the van is limited and this can make cooking a challenge. To combat this, we started combining spinach and rice in the same pan the steak was cooked while the meat rests. The outcome was delicious and we were so keen to eat we forgot to take a video of the plate.
During this trip, I was getting bitten much more than usual, and the bites were a lot more aggressive. This is what they look like on day 1, painful blisters with an angry red ring around them. And this is what they'd look like by day 2 or 3. The blisters would burst and they would become insanely itchy. Eventually, I discovered these weren't mosquitoes, but a breed of black fly. They soar and bite into your skin, often causing an allergic reaction to the fly's own saliva. It took over a month for these lesions to heal and they have scarred, so please be careful in these areas of Spain where this fly is prevalent.
After leaving Moraira, we made a quick stop in Altea for a coffee and a stroll through the medieval cobbled streets of its old quarter. Not a bad campsite, this one, as far as campsites go. Pretty cheap. We just had to do it really because we needed to do a bit of a deep clean of the van. You just can't do that when you're wild camping. Right, we've got a bottle of this tonight for dinner, the governor. What are you up to here in your little cubby hole? Just planning a possible extension for our trip.
Exciting.
Very.
As you know, we'd been having some serious issues with black flies, so I had to come up with a solution. We were really regretting not paying the £200 for a custom-made mosquito screen. However, van life is about solving problems, so I improvised this makeshift mosquito net over our door. It attaches to 2 bolts at either side of the door slider and then is sealed with magnetic strips across the top and sides. It's by no means perfect, but it meant we could have the door open and not be absolutely ravaged by mosquitoes and flies. Lots of van lifers have pets to keep them company on the road, but one animal I've never seen before is a van rabbit. I spotted this little guy roaming freely about the campsite who belonged to a French family. What unusual pets have you seen on your travels? Let us know in the comments.
Built by the Romans between the years 5 and 1 BC, Cartagena's theatre was able to hold in the region of 6,000 people. Future building work over the site led to the theatre laying undiscovered until 1988, when excavation work was able to proceed. As well as visiting the ruins, we came to Cartagena to see our friend and ex-neighbour from Bristol, Hannah.
This is so exciting.
First red velvet cake.
Of your life?
Of my life.
Of your life. Wow. How is it?
A little bit dry.
Disappointing.
As luck would have it, Cartagena's first ever water and light show was taking place during our visit. Luz en el Puerto is a show which uses water, lighting and sound to narrate the history of the port of Cartagena and the story of Neptune, god of the sea. The next day, we needed to get to a garage as our check emissions and check injectors lights had recently flashed up. Our van Nelly is our full-time home, so we do our best to take care of her. We found a garage nearby and waited for a diagnosis. What we discovered was much worse than we expected. Tune in next week to see how we overcome a van lifer's worst nightmare.